Hi, I'm Ted Thomas, and this episode is all about over-the-counter tax liens, over-the-counter tax deeds. So I've been around this business for about 30 years. Last 25 or so, I've been teaching people how to buy tax lien certificates, those are tax liens, and tax defaulted properties, which are called tax deeds. So the big question everyone really wants to know is how to make money. So I'll teach you how to make money as I go through this video today. I have a lot of other people that help me do this. I have 4 coaches and I have 3 facilitators helping me all the time. So today we're going to talk about over-the-counter tax liens. And why are we going to talk about that? Well, first of all, there's thousands and thousands of tax liens. I shouldn't say thousands. There's really millions. Like in the state of Florida, this year, they'll have over 1 million tax lien certificates available. So here's a state with only about 20 million people, and about 1 million of them didn't pay their taxes on time. So you can buy those tax lien certificates, earn all the way up to 18%. Now, tax lien certificates have been around for decades, so everything that I teach you on these videos is over 200 years old. I didn't invent the system. I just learned how to use it 30 years ago because I was looking for a safe and a secure way to make money. And after a number of years of making notes and writing letters for people and making little booklets, I ended up teaching by using CDs and DVDs. Of course, now we can do it all online, so you can actually take online training. All right, so why would you want to buy a tax lien certificate? Well, first you'd want to do that because you would invest your money with the government and you'd get a check back from the government. The second reason you'd want to do it is the wonderful returns you get. For example, 16% is a good rate, 18 up to 24, and even 36% depending upon which state you buy it in. So you're getting the idea. You can make a lot of money with tax lien certificates. But today, this episode is really about over-the-counter taxes. So what is that all about? Well, there's regular tax lien certificate auctions, which they will announce online. They'll announce it at the county. If you're one of our clients, well, we have databases that could get you right to all the auctions daily. But the point is the counties will advertise that they have tax lien certificates. Not unusual for them to put that in a newspaper. And a place like Miami, Florida, they'll have 65, even 85,000 certificates to sell. So that could take days to do that. Well, in the old days, it did take days. Now they do it online, so it speeds it up. But the point is, there's a lot more tax lien certificates than you would perceive. So what happens? Can they sell them all? No. And if they don't sell them, what they do is they take those extras or leftovers or surplus, whatever you want to call them, they take those and they put them on another list. Now that list has a lot of different names, which I'm going to go over with you in the next few minutes. One of the names could be the over-the-counter list. Another one could be surplus lands list. Another one could be just surplus list. Another one could be the strike-off list. You're getting the idea. Now I don't know what they're going to call it in your particular state, but whatever that name is, you might not know, and a lot of people around you won't know. So if you go to the county and say, I want to buy over-the-counter, that means you're actually buying something that did not sell at the auction. It did not sell, so it's on a list. And if the person you're looking at doesn't answer the question when you say you want to buy over the counter, say, I'm looking for the list of properties, the list of tax liens, whichever you're trying to do. If you're trying to buy tax liens, I'm looking for the tax liens that didn't sell at the auction. Now, they didn't sell, not because they're bad, it's just that not enough people show up at the auction. There's always going to be leftovers. So you want the leftovers, you want the surplus, you want the scavenger list. You're kind of getting the idea. All right, now if the person you're talking to is giving you that blank eye look, you just go like, well, they don't know what they're talking about. That's not unusual because the lowest level is the one that you're going to be dealing with at the county. So what you want to do is say, could you get the treasurer? And I'll ask the same question. Well, when the treasurer comes out, which they usually will, because you might be a voter, you see treasurers are voted in, so they'll come out and say, hello, I'm the treasurer, and more than likely be a female today, and she'll say, how can I help you? You say, I'm just looking for the properties that didn't sell at auction. And she might say, oh, you want the surplus lands list. And so they'll take you to that. And even though it's not land, it'll be a tax lien certificate. So they'll have a list of those certificates that you can buy. Now, don't be surprised if there's 2 or 3 or 5,000 on that list. Now, that list will actually show you a property number. All right. So why do you want to do this? Well, you want to do this for a number of reasons. Because there's no bidding at that particular time because the bidding already took place at the auction. If nobody bought at the auction, now it's on a list. So for whatever the maximum rate for the state, so let's say you were in Arizona, the maximum rate is 16%. So you could say, I want that one, and you could point to it and give them the number. But before you did that, you could actually take the number, go right to a computer in that office, and you could see the property. You could actually go out and drive and look and make sure that there was some good, solid asset there that you were buying. You never want to do anything without looking at the property or having someone do it for you. All right, now here's a business that doesn't have a lot of headaches. Why? Because you're going to invest with the government, you're going to get a check back from the government. Now we're taking it to a step, one step higher. We're going to go in and we're not even going to go to the auction. We're going to wait till the auction gets over and just buy them over the counter. You can get as many as you want. Sometimes some people are going to buy 10, 100, as many as you want, and you'll always get the highest interest rate. Now, if you're not impressed with interest rates being at 16, 18, 24, up to 36% interest, well, you need to rethink that. The banks are paying less than 1% on a savings account, so where are you? You want to be certainly a lot higher than that, so you could easily get 12, 16, and up to 24%. Now, these certificates always work. Why does it always work? Because they'll always have a surplus, and you're not going to invest with a broker. You're not going to invest with some investment company. What you're going to do is you're always going to invest directly with the government, and you're going to get checks back from them. All right, so counties will sell tax lien certificates, and they will sell tax deed properties. All right, so let's kind of review the lists of what they could be called. So I said surplus lands. There could be leftover lands, could be strike-off list. In South Carolina, they call it the Forfeited Lands Commission properties. Wow, is that a mouthful? Let's say that again. Forfeited Lands Commission property. Well, I've had people buy on that forfeited lands list for $2,000 and a few years later sell it for $100,000. Would that be something worth learning about? Well, of course. And we'll have regular classes on that. Not necessarily today, but you're getting the idea. So here's my message. My message is there's thousands of unsold tax lien certificates, and in many counties, there'll still be hundreds of tax defaulted properties. Now, what kind of investment is this? If you're buying tax lien certificates, you're buying a passive investment. What do I mean passive? Passive means you're sitting on your rusty dusty. You're not doing anything. What you did is you raised your hand at the auction, you bought a certificate, which is nothing more than a piece of paper like I'm holding here. That's all a tax certificate is. So you don't have any responsibility to fix the property or collect rent or clean it up. You own that tax certificate, you just take it home just like now. I just put it on my desk. I just sit there. I can sit there until the people come in and pay. 95 to 97% of all the people will come in and pay their tax. Now, I'm going to run out of time here in a minute, but before I go, I want to make sure that you understand, why is the government selling these tax certificates? Because the government needs money. You see, a tax certificate means someone did not pay their property tax. If they didn't pay their property tax, how is the government, the local government, going to pay the police department, or pay the firefighters, or pay for the schools? It's not going to happen. They won't be able to do it, so they'd have to shut the government down, or they have to shut the schools down or something. So what they do is they issue tax certificates. If they can't sell them all, they put them over the counter because they still want to do it. This is a viable business. It's been going on for well over 200 years. So you can do the same thing that I'm suggesting you do. You can buy over-the-counter tax liens, and you can buy over-the-counter tax deeds. What are you going to pay? Whatever the taxes is, they're going to tell you what it is. You pay that, you get a certificate, and it'll earn the absolute highest rate that's available in the state. Question always comes up, can you just buy one or two? You can buy on the over-the-counter tax lien, you can buy as many as you want. Now, I would tell you, if you're brand new, buy one or two and not spend a lot of money, and let's see how this whole thing works. Now, I know it works. It's worked for 200 years, but just, start slow. Now, if you're going to buy property, now, when you go and you want to buy property over the counter, they'll sell it that way. Now, don't buy multiple, just buy one. Buy one and figure this whole thing out so you can get it sold. But don't stop buying. And I've had people that have bought as many as 40. Can you imagine 40? I had one student, he's now actually a coach, and he didn't even sell one until he had a lot of money, so he just kept buying every time he go. And I would say buy and learn to sell. So kind of learn the process, which we'll teach you. We have classes to teach people all the time, so you can come and learn from our classes. All right, now I've been doing this for decades myself. I've been teaching people like you for about 25 years how to do it. So you can learn this. Everybody can do it. If you learned a lot today, well, welcome. I'm going to teach you more and more. So why don't you just join my community? If you'll do that, I have a mini training course. Lasts about 1 hour. Some people call it a master learning training course. But the first part of it is about tax lien certificates. Part 2 is about tax defaulted property. And I only have a few minutes on these videos, but I have well over an hour on that video. So all you have to do is go below me right now, and you just go to tedthomas.com. tedthomas.com/fast track. Let me do it again. tedthomas.com/fast track, and you could be getting yourself a video that you could listen to. Start that over again. And you could have a mini course, and you could be getting started today. I'm Ted Thomas. See you on the next video.